Hello fellow Gunters. Welcome to the most pointless match ever. The fight for the third place in the Gunlance meta. Quematrice Gunlance before the release of the first title update was the strongest normal Gunlance, but that didn't say much because it had the big handicap of only having a base attack of 220. Both Gravios and the King, Gark are superior without doubt thanks to their extra 20 attack. 20 attack is big, very big. It is for example the attack that you gain from activating 5 levels of agitator or peak performance. These Gunlance, while having a similar performance in the main combo of Worms Take Full Blast, they also have stronger melee or shelling capacities both because their type and the extra attack. High attack Gunlances are meant to be offset with negative affinity. But affinity is almost pointless in Gunlance, most your attacks can crit and that means that the backdraw is not there and the positive affinity of Gunlances like Quematrice is nowhere the plus it is meant to be. Now we got a new normal Gunlance, the Zoshia one. And as a big surprise, it has exactly the very same stat lineup of Quematrice. 220 base attack, strong shelling and some affinity. This means that for most of the Gunlance's attacks, they are the same thing. Even the decoration lineup is the same with one level 3, one level 2 and one level 1. So Gunlance has some white Gunlance, that once again is pointless for your stakes and shells that are over a 70% of your total damage. The white sharpness is also offset by a tiny amount of blue and green. The white and blue together is similar to the total blue of Quematrice Gunlance, but the green is a lot less. And then there is the final factor that is the real deal breaker. The innate skills. Quematrice comes with Guard 3 and Zo Gunlance with a brand new skill called whiteflame torrent. So the question is whiteflame worth giving up 3 levels of guard? Whiteflame works more or less like a status effect. By attacking you randomly build up a hidden gauge and once full you do an explosion of 50 fixed damage. After doing lots of tests I have noticed that on average you get the explosion after 2 loops of Worms Take Full Blast. Here, without activating agitator we can observe that a WSFB loop with the Zoshia Gunlance and white sharpness you do 2,913 damage, 50 of which are from the white flame. That's 1.7% of the total damage. So if we consider a white flame for full loop the maximum benefit to total DPS would be that. The real benefit is a lot lower because as said you aren't triggering this on every loop. Also consider that the bonus is totally fixed and if I were to activate agitator or added more attack skills, the benefit would be even lower. And do you think this small damage increase is worth giving up 3 whole points of guard for it? That it is. Because white flame activation is so slow and the damage output is so bad, I consider it to be on equal ground to Quematrice. For a pure argument of meta or damage optimization, Zo would be a bit better. But like as stated on the start of the video, if we are optimizing, you aren't using a Gunlance that doesn't start with Guardian and ends with Arc Veiled. You can decide which to use. Quematrice is almost the same output but comes with guard up and a lot more green sharpness that is nice because sharpness is not as important in Gunlance and allows you to keep shelling for a bit longer than you would do with Zo 1. I also understand people wanting to use Zo for fashion, that's right until they give us layered weapons. A shame that the situation haven't changed at all with this update and we are facing some more months of using exactly the same weapons. Hope they do something sooner about this. Next video should be about the super recovery of the Zoshia Gunlance and how good or bad it is. Thanks for watching. See you in the hunt.